What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. So the topic of today's video was inspired by a recent post I made on my IG stories where I asked you guys whether or not you were buying less sneakers this year, and if so, why? And I got tons of responses. Everything from the releases have kind of sucked this year, maybe you're just not as interested anymore, but the number one response I got by far was money. Sneakers are getting more and more expensive, and according to a lot of economists out there, we're currently in a recession, which is why I thought I'd make this video giving you guys some of the tips and strategies that I use to buy the sneakers I want while being financially responsible at the same time. And no, I'm not going to be giving you very obvious tips like
buy sneakers when they go on sale.
I'm going to try to give you much more practical advice than that. So sit back, grab a coffee, and I really hope you find this video useful. So the first tip I have, and this one's by far the most important, you gotta be a bit more goal oriented when it comes to buying sneakers. So what does that mean? Well, I can tell you from experience, it's not about having the biggest sneaker collection. The best feeling as a sneakerhead is buying that one sneaker that you truly want. It's a lot better than buying 3 or 4 that you only kind of wanted, or you maybe bought them because you took an L on that one you really wanted. Your goal should be to get those sneakers that you truly want. And the good news is nowadays, most sneakers don't sell out anymore like they used to, so you don't have to worry about missing out. Now I'm gonna tell you what I do in order to save money for that one sneaker I want, or really any big purchase I want to make in general. I like to use a daily budgeting app. This is the one that I use, and no, I am not sponsored in any way by this app. I just find it incredibly useful. You don't have to use this particular one. There's some other budgeting apps out there. So basically how this works is you open the app, you get asked a bunch of questions such as what is your monthly income, what are your monthly expenses, and you can make an estimate here of your rent, your monthly groceries, utilities, basically any monthly payment that you have to make every month. And most importantly, how much do you actually want to save every month? And here comes that first bit about being goal oriented. So I know personally I am saving right now to buy a house next year. And when I did the math, I realized that I needed to save a significant portion of my income in order to achieve that goal. So here I would enter the amount that you aim to save in order to achieve your financial goals. And once you enter all of this into the app, it gives you a nice daily amount, a daily budget that you're allowed to spend every month after you've taken away all your expenses and what you hope to save for. And then usually what I do is once a day, I'll go on the app, enter all of the things I bought that day, and it will reduce it from my daily budget. And whatever is left over gets moved into the next day. Or if you spend over your daily budget, even that negative balance moves to the next day. And then I basically keep repeating this process every day until I see that saved amount is finally enough to buy that sneaker I want, or whatever, like I said, big item you wanted to purchase. And for me, at least, doing it this way just makes this entire process of buying the shoe feel that much more rewarding, because I don't feel guilty at all. I know I've already budgeted enough for my expenses, I've budgeted enough for what I'm aiming to save for, and I managed to earn this shoe by just saving a little bit every day. Now, I understand for everyone watching this video, some of you might think that this process is maybe a bit too intense, and I totally understand it's not for everyone, but it is what works for me. And oh, by the way, if you actually wanted to get to your goal even faster, just sell some stuff. You probably don't need those shoes that you really don't wear anymore, or maybe sell some of your clothes too, or just whatever else you can actually sell. And when I do that, I go back on the app, I enter that bit of extra income I got, and it just gets me that much closer towards purchasing that shoe I want. And once again, you can apply this framework to pretty much anything you're trying to save for. I would feel amazing if anyone watching this video used some of these tips to buy that shoe you wanted, then came back to the video and told me what you guys bought. That would mean the world to me, and it would just make me really happy that you guys found it useful. And by the way, if this is your first time on the channel, my name is Josh. I do sneaker content, sneaker reviews, how to style sneakers, all of that good stuff. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and also the links to all my socials can be found in the description. The next tip I got, and this one is a big one, buy used. And no, I don't mean shoes that look like this. I'm talking lightly used, almost brand new, because the difference in price between a brand new sneaker and a lightly used is pretty much night and day. And the reason is because it's not that easy to sell used sneakers. There isn't a platform like StockX, for example. So typically sellers who need money real quick will try to get rid of their used sneakers for very affordable prices. And I've picked up so many sneakers this way. This was the latest pair. I picked up this Air Max 1 Pata, which is honestly in really good condition. And I actually managed to get these for under retail. I paid 150 euros for these. And a brand new pair in my size right now is going for around 400 euros. And that's just one example. Honestly, buying sneakers gently used is the best way to get sneakers for a really good price. Some of the best platforms I would try if you are based in North America, I would say eBay or Craigslist, Kijiji over in Canada. If you are in Europe, definitely check out Vinted, Depop, as well as eBay. The next tip I have is choose a number. And that number is the maximum amount of sneakers that you want to own. And trust me, I know it's hard to do that because in the past, that number for me used to be 50. Now it's probably around 60 or so. And basically now whenever I want to add a new sneaker to the collection, I know I got to get rid of one because first of all, I don't have that much room. I need some space. And secondly, it's a good way to get some money to fund your new purchases. I'll keep it real though, because I have been following this method for so long, my collection now has gotten to a point where like I find it so difficult to let go of one of these because I currently truly have the sneakers that I really want. But if you look at your collection right now, I'm sure you can probably find quite a lot of sneakers that you don't really wear anymore, and you probably should be getting rid of them. So make sure you use that one in, one out strategy. Your wallet will be thankful, and most likely your significant other that you live with, they'll probably like it too. So when I was editing this video, I realized I forgot to talk about a very important point, so I'm actually recording this on a different day. But one extremely important point to remember when you're trying to be financially responsible as a sneakerhead is you do not need everything. And nowadays it's harder than ever to remember that because we spend a countless amount of time on Instagram, on TikTok, seeing sneakers over and over again for weeks before they release and after they release. And it can really get you caught up in that hype cycle, making you think that you actually need every single pair. But the truth is, you simply don't. If you fail to hit a sneaker for retail, guess what? It's not the end of the world. There's gonna be another pair releasing next week and the week after that, which you're probably gonna want too. What I personally do is if there is a sneaker that I think I really want, but I fail to get it for retail, I'll usually wait about a month at least before making that decision to pay resale for that shoe, because that's enough time for me to decide whether or not I truly wanted them. Because that's the way the hype cycle works, man. These sneaker blogs, they just go from one sneaker to the next every single week. So letting that hype come and go helps me decide whether or not I really wanted that shoe, or was I convinced by social media to want that shoe. So just remember, key point, you don't really need everything. Give yourself that time to decide whether or not you truly want something before committing. So those were my 3 main tips. However, I do have this bonus one for those of you who struggle to get sneakers for retail. I'll tell you from experience that it's extremely beneficial, and it's almost impossible to do so if you're not part of a sneaker Discord group. You'll get tons of information about a release, access to every sneaker raffle that you might have missed out on otherwise. The group that I've been a part of now for over a year is Escape Notify. The link to join that group is in the description. If you join using that link, you won't have to wait in the wait list. Definitely one of the biggest reasons I'm able to get sneakers to actually review on this channel is because I'm a part of that group. So if that's something you're interested in, do consider joining. And that's about it. I really hope you guys found this useful. And also let me know if you'd like to see more content like this. Big shout out to each and every one of you who supports this channel. Thank you so much. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.